The hockey rink. Everyone is getting their gear ready. Riley steps onto the ice, and the game begins. Joy acts like a commentator, announcing that the hockey game has started. Riley's parents are super fans, of course. But wait, the game is just starting. Joy calls Anger to the console, and thanks to him, Riley scores a goal. With Fear's help, she avoids a collision, and Disgust reminds her to put in her mouthguard. But Disgust notes that this is someone else's mouthguard. Gross. During the game, Riley gets a penalty and is forced to sit in the penalty box for 2 minutes. That's when Sadness joins them. As you can see, Riley has grown up, she's doing well in school. She recently turned 13, the puberty alarm went off on the unexpected meter, and she got braces on her teeth. Exploring the islands, Friendship Island is the biggest. From these islands, various beliefs form, like, 91 is the best group, no one has the right to stand in their way. At school, when a classmate dropped her things, I am a good friend belief formed in her sense of self. Riley helped her classmate, another girl joined them, and that's how she found her new best friends. Their names are Grace and Bree. They praise her to the high school coach and get invited to hockey camp. If the coach likes them, she will take the girls onto the team next year, and the girls agree, of course. Later that night, Riley's mom comes in and praises her, calling her a future Olympian. But Riley is worried because she tripped earlier, which caused her team to lose. But her mom cheers her up, and they leave. Riley closes her eyes. Joy shows the friends the sense of self structure she built. She sends the not-so-great memories to the back of the mind, the dump. When everyone falls asleep, Sadness stops and wants to go with Joy. But Joy worries she might cause trouble. They are heading to the belief system. So, they take the tube elevator down. It looks amazing. Joy places a memory in the water, and it grows into the belief, I am a good person. Suddenly, while everyone is sleeping, something starts beeping. They wake up in a panic and see a red light flashing on the console. It starts flashing intensely, Joy gets flung away, and the debris wakes everyone up. The window shatters, and construction workers arrive to demolish the place. Their boss announces that orders came from above to make room for others. Joy asks, for whom? The boss replies, don't you know? Riley wakes up, and the workers leave for lunch. Mom comes to Riley and asks if she packed everything. Disgust starts, Sadness starts, Anger starts. Riley gets annoyed. Mom tries to explain that she is growing up, but Riley snaps. Joy says, let's stay away from the console as much as possible. Riley and her parents hit the road. Riley tells her friends that there is a strong girl named Val on the Fire Hawks team, and if we play well, we can play on her team. But looking at her friends' faces, Disgust realizes Bree is hiding something. Disgust says, Bree is hiding something from us, Riley knows it. Grace can't hold it in and reveals that Bree and she were assigned to a different school. Because they are being sent to a different school. Riley keeps her sadness inside and says, oh, it's fine. Grace tries to cheer her up, saying, at least we can play on the same team this weekend. And Bree says they will meet after school. Riley says, of course, but turns away, wanting to cry. Joy tells Sadness to hold the tears until the jerks get out of the car. The moment arrives, Riley says goodbye to her parents and cries. Then, just as she calms down and walks to her friends, she bumps into that girl, Val. Riley is excited, thinking, wow. Suddenly, the console turns orange. A new emotion has arrived. It's anxiety. With her comes envy. Wow, so many emotions. Ennui is there too. She's boring. She says she's a tiny emotion, meaning she just appeared. Embarrassment is lying down, hiding. Ennui controls the console from a phone. When Val asks Riley, let me introduce you to everyone, the girl agrees immediately. But because of Val and the older girls, anxiety chooses Val over Riley's old friends. She decides to hide our true self. Nostalgia, an old lady, appears at headquarters. Val calls Riley over. She introduces her to her friends and asks, "Will you sit with us?" Thanks to Joy, she decides to sit with her old friends. Bree and Grace arrive, and they talk about TikTok, but everyone else goes quiet except for the three girls. The coach gets angry and demands everyone hand over their phones. Everyone is annoyed with Riley. Grace jokes that the coach is taking herself too seriously. Joy pushes a button to make Riley laugh. But the console is controlled by anxiety. The coach notices and punishes everyone, making them skate laps. Later, during the break, Riley overhears people saying she won't make the team. This is Val's team. Val defends Riley, but the others don't. Embarrassment lays on the console, crushing sadness. Anxiety gets an idea and makes Riley go to Val to ask what she did wrong. She explains she didn't mean to harm the team. Val says, "The coach is hard on you. That means she notices you. She sees you as a team player," cheering her up. Everyone applauds Anxiety. On the ice, the coach divides the girls into two teams. Her friends say, "We're on the same team again." But Val is calling her from the other side. It's a difficult choice. Anxiety rips out the sense of self flower and throws it into the dump. Then Riley chooses Val. Her friends are confused. When Anxiety says she will grow a new sense of self, the old emotions disagree. However, Anxiety captures them, puts the old emotions in a jar, bottle, and sends them down to the vault. Then, new emotions enter the belief system. From the new memories, an orange flower begins to grow. Police trap the group of old emotions and lock them up. This is where all of Riley's secrets are kept. There is Bluffy from a kid's show Riley used to like. It's a cartoon like Dora the Explorer or Go, Diego, Go. When Joy asks for help, Bluffy asks the audience, "Who can help us?" There is a mysterious guy there too. It's Lance/Blade, a video game character. His super move is just rolling up into a ball. And behind him is a monster. It is Riley's deep dark secret. The secret helps Lance, and the group escapes the jar. Bluffy says, "Oh, Pochi," and calls for his fanny pack. They get dynamite to escape. Anger says, "Oh, don't be a chatterbox," and they get out of the safe. But the deep dark secret decides to stay behind. Oops, the police are coming. Lance uses his super move to roll away. They get past the guards, but he hits a mop, and the mop hits the alarm. As a result, the police lock themselves in. The group gets out, and Anger says they need to go to headquarters. But Joy says they must find the sense of self. The police spot them, and they run. Joy shares a plan to find the sense of self via the stream of consciousness. However, they get lost in the maze. Unexpectedly, Riley wakes up early. Anxiety wakes her up to practice early in the morning. Val joins her. Val tells Riley to come over for pizza with the girls in the evening. Joy says, "Let's go to the stream of consciousness and get to the pizza." But Sadness remembers they can't get back to headquarters from the dump on their own. Someone needs to call them back via the console. They decide Sadness will go back to headquarters. They find a tube, and Sadness climbs up it. Val offers Riley a protein bar. Envy says, "This bar tastes like cardboard." But Anxiety says she can't say no, or Val will be offended. Because she wants to spit out the bar, a giant broccoli falls into the stream of consciousness, blocking the way. It tastes like cardboard, after all. The group climbs over the broccoli and swims. Anxiety brings memories to the belief system, and the orange sense of self grows a bit. Riley plays well, and her teammates praise her. After the game, they go to the coach's office, and a girl mentions that the coach writes everything about Riley in a red notebook. Wondering if she will make the team or not. Val says to ignore it. But anxiety and envy are dying to know what's written inside. Later, the girls hang out, but Riley doesn't know how to act. She joins in on the gossip and laughs, finding herself in an awkward situation. Meanwhile, Joy and the others are still swimming. The girls ask Riley, "Do you have a favorite band?" Riley answers, 91. Val says, "Oh, I used to listen to them when I was little." Oh no, anxiety summons musical memories. Sadness comes along with them. When she arrives, she accidentally falls onto the technical deck. Since the older girls don't like that music, Ennui steps in, and Riley says sarcastically, "Yeah, I love 91, mocking the band to fit in." As a result, the ground cracks in front of Joy, and a landslide occurs. Joy tries to pull anger up. This is the sarcasm chasm. When they ask the workers on the other side for help, saying, "We really need your help," it echoes back sarcastically as, "We really need your help." Then the workers get offended and leave, thinking they are being mocked. Her friends come to Riley and say, "You really love 91, their concerts are a vibe." Riley says sarcastically, "Oh yeah, super vibe," and her friends leave. Val says there is a game tomorrow. In that game, Val scored 2 goals before and made the team. This is a huge opportunity for Riley. Joy and the team are still walking. Joy tries to use a recall tube to go up, but it doesn't work. Joy gets sad, thinking, "Riley doesn't need us." Anger cheers her up, they grab a balloon from the workers, and fly up. From above, they see the sense of self glowing orange. Anxiety sends down memories like, "I'm not enough," and as a result, a jagged orange sense of self is created. Anxiety and envy say, "We have an important game tomorrow." But Ennui and Embarrassment are not listening. Embarrassment notices a book fall and looks, it's sadness. Surprisingly, he decides to hide her instead of turning her in. Joy and the group arrive at Imagination Land. Mount Crushmore has appeared here. It's Lance's face. There is also a rumor mill. The 4 emotions enter the pillow fort. Anxiety is speaking there. She says, "Visualize failures so we can prepare for them." Disgust says, "Oh no, anxiety is using Riley's imagination against her." The workers there are drawing pictures. When a worker leaves, Joy and the others sit in their place and draw good pictures. Anxiety sees those pictures and gets confused. Embarrassment secretly sends a good visualization to Riley. Suddenly, Anxiety realizes Joy is drawing positive pictures and calls the police. The artist workers see Joy and are happy. Joy tells them not to listen to Anxiety, that she is hurting Riley. However, since Anxiety is at the console, it seems no one can stop her. But one worker supports Joy. Then the others join in. Riley calms down and goes to sleep. The artist workers chase everyone out and start a pillow fight. The connection with Anxiety is cut. Wee woo, the group runs from the police. They reach the parade of future careers and fly off with a Supreme Court balloon. Anxiety and envy decide they need to read the coach's red notebook. But Riley doesn't want to go. Under the influence of emotions, she leaves her room. Sadness contacts Joy. She reports that Anxiety is forcing Riley to sneak into the coach's office. Joy says, "Don't let that happen." Then, with the help of Embarrassment, who was reading a magazine, Sadness stops Riley just as she is about to read the notebook. Ennui gets mad, saying, "I lost my smartphone." Sadness is hiding behind the books. Embarrassment sighs. However, Ennui eventually finds her. Then Riley starts reading the notebook. The coach has written that Riley is not ready yet. Anxiety panics. Joy's group arrives. Anger sees Pochi and idealizes him. The fanny pack arrives. But there is nothing inside except dynamite. Riley steals the puck from her own teammate and scores. 1 goal left. Joy blows up many dynamites, starting an avalanche of discarded memories. The 4 emotions ride the avalanche, but their strength isn't enough. Joy enters the Anxiety storm and sees her moving so fast she can't be stopped. Joy tells her, "You don't get to decide who Riley is. It's time to let go." Tears flow from Anxiety's eyes, she takes her hands off the console, and Joy pulls her out of the storm. They remove the orange flower and install the blue one. However, the storm doesn't stop. Anxiety apologizes to Joy, saying, "You were right. We don't decide who Riley is." Joy remembers the memories she swept away and the ones sent to the dump. A new flower is ready to emerge from the mixture of all those memories. Joy removes the blue flower, and a new, complex sense of self grows in its place. Joy hugs the flower, the others join in, and the storm subsides. Riley calms down. She opens her eyes and sees her friends. Riley says, "I don't expect you to forgive me. I understand if you don't want to be friends. But I hope one day you will forgive me." Her friends forgive her, of course. Riley wants to cry, and they hug tightly. The emotions watch in awe. The game isn't over yet. Riley looks at the sun and breathes. Riley calls Joy to the console, signaling her to take control. Joy takes control, and Riley smiles. She enters the game. Joy drives her smoothly and beautifully. Even Grace looks over at us. The emotions watch Joy driving the console and looking at Riley. "Riley, Val, and the coach, when will we take control?"